Yes, I called because I know you've been talking about this anger thing for several years, but I want you to know I'm your poster boy, and I don't know what to do about it anymore. My wife being a minister, and I have to deal with all that, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I am an angry man, and it's wearing me out. And I've asked God, to take it away. It has not. So I don't know what to do with it right now. I go from sun up to sundown. I hardly get any rest now because I'm usually talking to myself, being angry, and it's all directed at my wife.
Yep.
It's all directed at the past experience. I'm still angry that I was kicked out of my own home. I was still angry that she didn't miss a step, and we're in an apartment now. We lost our home because of this, and that was my world. That's what I am, a private guy. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you had a poster, I would be your poster boy as an angry man and a weak man. So I don't know where to go with this. And it's I've been married 32 years, and I don't know if I got 50 years to wait on my wife. It's like two people living in an apartment that are just like roommates. I tried to do this marriage right from the beginning. I tried to be the man, tried to take over, and I did. But, they wear on you, and you wear on you till you just say, I ain't got no more left.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. I'm drained. It's almost like I'm waiting, God, whatever. You want to take me, because this ain't the way for a man to live, And I want to be a strong man, but when you're around people that are weak, and your wife just does her thing, her being a minister, she's into, she's now a preacher at her church now and all this, and I feel stupid even going to the church because with black churches, if you're a male minister and your wife, you're the first lady, and I got mad at the dude calling me that. You're the first man now, and I said, man, if you call me that again, we boxing.
I understand.
So it's a mess in here, and I don't know what to do.
Let me ask this. So why did you lose your home?
We lost a home because, when we first got our home, I made a point that we pay our bills on time, make sure we pay the mortgage. And when she decided to go to school to get her loan, she was so driven in getting her loan that we fell behind.
Robert, you've been married for 30-something years, right?
32 years.
32. Your wife wanted to become a preacher. You were against it. She did it anyway. And she borrowed $60,000 to go to preacher school, and as a result, you guys lost your home.
Yes, and the thing is, we went to the financial program with the famous guy on the radio. I forget his name. And as we were going through that program for 16 weeks, she was borrowing money, and I didn't even know to get started in school. Okay, this was all behind my back, and before I knew it was already too late. And so now that she just got her degree just last year and got, they did a big thing when you become a minister at church and all that kind of stuff. So now the bills are starting to come to the house and we're talking about $65,000. And I said, well, what God justifies $65,000 on your husband just for you to be a preacher when you shouldn't have been one in the first place?
That's amazing to me that these preacher schools cost that much money. I had no idea.
Well, she had to get her graduate, and then, to become it, you have to have an undergraduate and all that kind of stuff before you even attempt to go for your 4 years for that.
That's amazing.
So she took her first, and she spent all her time, never missed a beat. When I fought her tooth and nail, she had me kicked out of the house, and I had to get an apartment, and me getting an apartment took away money to pay on the house. So once we got behind, that was too late. And not though she really cared. She said, well, we'll get another house. That was our house. So
Robert, you said she had you kicked out of the house?
Oh, yeah. One night, we got in another argument, and I went out to the garage and stopped it from opening because I didn't want her to leave. She got on the phone and called 911, and they came within 30 minutes. And from that point on, 3 days later, another cop comes saying that you have a certain amount of time to get out of the house because you might kill her or carry a gun, which I never owned. All this. And so I had to move out, take all my stuff out of the home, get an apartment. She never missed a beat, never missed a day at school, never missed a day at church. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out what is going on. And nobody called me. Just my younger daughter called me.
Okay.
My pastor didn't call me. She didn't call nobody. And I'm still hurt from that, Jesse. And I don't know how to get that out of my system.
I understand it. Let me ask, So she borrowed some money behind your back to go to school. Did you help? Did you sign for any of these loans?
Nope.
You didn't co-sign at all?
None.
Good. You say you went to her church when you've gone to her church while you were preaching a couple of times?
Well, it's our church, okay? If you want to, it's kind of like our church, so to speak. I
No,
don't
why
even go
would
there.
you go? Why did you go at all? Why did you feel the need to go?
Before we even attempted all this, it was our church. I went anywhere.
I know, but the things have changed, though, and from what you told me in the past, the preacher supported her and not you. Why do you feel the need to keep going there?
And that's the question. Why? Because, that's the question. That's the weakness in me. That's the confusion. I don't understand what's going on. And that's that need that I need to do that. And you're right. And that's the dilemma that I'm in, Jesse.
All your kids are grown and gone now, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's just you and your wife?
Yes, sir.
Who do you blame for your condition right now?
Myself.
Okay. Here's the deal, Robert. I absolutely blame you at this point. Your wife can see, and I mean anybody, I'm sure people listening to this call right now, they can see that you're a very weak and desperate man and that you have the wrong need for this woman. And it's because of your resentment toward women, you're addicted to this woman. You can't even get away from her. And as long as you're that way, things are only going to get worse for you rather than getting better, because this woman, your wife, hates you because you're so weak. And she's sucking all of your life out of you. She's draining you. She's killing you. And you're falling for it. And here's what I recommend. First, you got to start really looking at your anger so you can see where it started so you can overcome that. But I highly, highly at this point recommend you get away from this woman. You need to go and find a little hole to live in and build your life back. Pray so that God can take away your anger by allowing you to see who you need to forgive. You need to forgive them. And it sounds like it's your mother first, because you're deaf. Yeah. Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah. I can go back to my mom.
Yeah.
Of course, I hate Dad all through my life.
Well, see, that's what it is. You hate women. You hate your mother. Now you hate your wife. You're married to your mother because you become attracted to what you hate, and you can't get away from it. You got to pull away from this woman so you can have some time alone by yourself. There's no need to even be with her at this point. But if what you're telling me is true, you don't have a marriage. And
no,
so
we don't.
Why are you staying with her then?
Well, here you go. Ask me the question again. What is the problem when I separate? Then I feel like I need to. I'm not a husband. I feel like I'm half a man. I don't know at this point.
You feel like you have lost your God when you separate, because you're getting your life from her and not from the true God. Your hatred has caused her to become your God, and you can't live with her or without her. And you need to be without her so you can feel that emptiness, so God can come in and fulfill you.
Okay.
And so you haven't left this woman because you feel empty without her, right?
Yes. I feel like, 32 years, what am I going to do? I mean,
32 years is nothing, Robert. I've been through that kind of stuff. I remember when I was addicted to women in that way, I couldn't live with them or without them. And when I would break up with one, I would already have another one waiting in the wing to fulfill that emptiness of the one I'm trying to get away from. And as long as that is happening, you're never going to find peace. This woman's going to kill you.
Yeah. And
I blame you for it, because you won't go and fight for let this woman go. If what you're saying is true, you don't have a marriage. You're like you know what a tick is?
Yeah.
What is a tick?
A blood-sucking tick. He gets a hold of you and just keeps sucking blood. He gets fatter and fatter. And
they used to get on dogs in Alabama, and they get this fat from sucking the blood out of the dogs. And that's all you are, man. You're like a tick. You need to get away from this woman. Go and feel that emptiness. Be by yourself so you can cry out to God. He will cause you to repent, and then he'll fulfill you and you can go free.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Here's the deal, Robert. $65,000 or so in debt. You lost your home behind this woman. According to what you're telling me, I'm getting one side of the story. I do recognize that.
Correct.
your wife became a preacher. You didn't want her to. She borrowed this money, went to preacher school anyway. She borrowed money behind your back. She had you arrested, didn't come see you. She's now a preacher, and you're going to her church or to whatever church it is that you're going to hear her preach. Robert, you're making this woman destroy you because your weakness is bringing out the worst in her, and I blame no one but you. It's not going to get better. You got to start fighting for your life, and the first thing you need to do is separate from this woman. Get away from this woman, feel that emptiness, be still, and let God change your life. But as long as you're participating in this, she's going to destroy you. You're making her hate you even more so because you're not pulling away with anything. You're just complaining like a little woman.
Yes.
You sound like a weak little wimpy woman. You realize that, right?
Yes, sir.
So cut it out.
That's why I called you, because what I'm planning on doing.
No, not planning on doing. Do it.
Yes, sir.
You've been planning for years, and you still haven't done anything. You've gotten worse.
Yes, sir.
Is there any... Go ahead.
I'm going to do this, Jesse.
You have no other choice, or you're going to die.
Yes, sir.
She's already killing your soul. You said you resented your mother. Why do you resent her?
Because she did the same thing. She grew up hating her husband, and she forced us to hate Dad, and Dad wasn't anything like she claimed. And it's the same story that you said, you know. Resenting my mom. You
got to forgive your mother. That's where the beginning is. Just realize that her mother screwed her up. She's angry. She hates men. Her father probably weak. Your dad was weak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Robert, the buck stopped with you. You need to get away and feel that pain of being by yourself. You don't have a marriage. If what you're telling me is true, you don't have a marriage.
I don't.
And so it's time to stop whimpering and whining and complaining and trying to pretend something it is, and you know that it isn't. Let that go and move on with your life.
I will, Jesse.
And when this woman see you standing up a little bit, she's not going to like that. She's going to try to draw you back in and destroy you. So don't fall for it. When no more sex, I don't know if you're having sex, no more sex, don't eat her food, have nothing to do with this woman.
Okay.
And don't go and get another woman. You just...
No.
Just let God work on you. See, you got to switch roles. This woman is your God because you hate women.
Right.
And so you got to pull away, Robert, immediately. Get your own place. You have a job?
Yes. Well, here's another story. I know you're going to jump the fence. I'm on Social Security medical leave.
That's pitiful. That is pitiful.
Hold on. On my irregular heartbeat. I mean, but I did get a degree in computers, so I work on the side. So that's not a problem, me going to get a job.
Robert, get a job, become a man.
Yeah.
Your regular heartbeat. You ever see your regular heartbeats yet? Wait till you stay with this woman. Your heart going to stop.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's your anger. I don't blame her. I blame you for being weak.
Yeah.
Robert, go get a job. Get yourself a little one room to live in. Be quiet and know God so God can change your life. And let that anger go. Forgive your mother for being evil and forgive your father for being weak. Okay. Because you're just like your father, your wife is your mother. This cycle is being repeated.
That's correct.
So what you going to do, Rob?
Well, as soon as I get away from, get out of this school and get back home, I'm going to start making arrangements to get out because I need to do something right now, today.
Yeah, just get away, Robert. Get away from that situation. Feel the emptiness with being without her so that you can get over this, man. You're not going to get better in your situation. You got to take those steps now and don't support anything that she's doing because you're validating it when you do it. It's a sign of weakness. If you're not for it, why support it? Don't let Satan talk you out of it because he want to kill you and he's going to try to convince you, oh, try this, it'll work. It will not work. And your wife is going to see you trying to stand up for yourself and she's going to come at the light pretending that she loves you to draw you back in because she's sucking your life force out of you. Don't fall for that either. Just get rid of this woman, and then she'll find some other poor sucker in a church somewhere and marry him and suck the life out of him and kill him. She'll find one of those little weak, suckling poor souls at church all in the name of Jesus. She'll hook up with him. But don't go back for it. She's sucking the life out of you, man.